This is our first stop. This is Cafe Sperl, built in 1880 and has often been frequented by artists, musicians and poets. However, on the darker side, it was regularly frequented by Adolf Hitler and Leon Trotsky. He got an ice pick that made his ears burn. And in 1913, Sigmund Freud and Stalin came here.
Ah.
Right, let's see if they let the likes of us in. Cafe Sperl. Look, a lot of people have sat here over the years. Let's choose our drinks. Wonderful place. There's a pool area down here. And the prices here aren't too bad. You get a Wiener Schnitzel for 15 euros, cordon bleu for 16 euros, cup of tea for about €4.50. Thought it would be more expensive than that. And we're on our way to the Vienna Opera House. And we're just walking up Kärntnerstrasse. We're coming back to this at the end of the walking tour. And the spire you can see there in the distance, that's St. Stephen's Cathedral. The Vienna Opera House. Built in 1869. There are over 350 performances a year of 60 different operas and ballets. Moving away from the Opera House, we're going to go down this left street called Operngasse. We're on our way to Bergarten Park. Walking past the side of Albertina, which is an art gallery. We are entering the Bergarten. Inside the Bergarten, this is the cafe, which is inside the Palm House. When Napoleon withdrew his troops from Vienna in 1809, he left a terrible mess, and this park was redesigned as a result. This famous statue of Mozart was put in the Bergarten in 1953. It's Mozart.
It is.
This is the outside of the Spanish riding school, built by Charles VI. And here you can see the ballet of white stallions. We're just going to walk through the building, which is the Spanish riding school. There's the Hofburg, the palace of the Habsburg dynasty, built in the 13th century but expanded many times. And on our right is the Heldenplatz. That's a statue of someone called Franz Joseph. And over there, that's the Hofburg again. And now we're heading towards Maria Theresienplatz. We are at Maria Theresienplatz, which was completed at around 1890. On the right, we have the Natural History Museum, which was completed in 1889. And on the left is the Art History Museum, completed in 1891. These are like twins. And this statue in the middle is Maria Theresa Monument, who was the Empress from 1717 to 1780. We're walking through the Volksgarten. The Volksgarten is 5 hectares big, and it's the first public park in Vienna. And this building here is the White Theseus Temple, apparently a classicist building. It was restored in 2011 and painted brilliant white. I looked up a picture of it before we came and it was all brown, but now look at that, perfectly white. This is the Parliament. It took 9 years to build. It was completed in 1883. And that statue in front of the Parliament is Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, war and peace. We're walking into the Rathaus Park. It's not how it's pronounced. Rathaus Park. And the Rathaus is the Parliament building. And you walk through a little park to get to it, and there should be a square in front of it. This is the square in front of the Rathaus, which is the town hall. Big market here for the film festival. Loads and loads of food stalls. And this here is the Rathaus. Seems to have a big TV screen in front of it. This is 19th century neo-Gothic design. The Rathaus, one of the tallest buildings in Vienna. It has over 1,500 rooms and more than 2,000 windows. Vienna is busy. So we stopped to have a beer and some lunch by the Palais Kingski. It's a little bit quieter here than all the other places. And then we're off walking down Naglergasse onto the Graben, and then hopefully St. Stephen's Cathedral. This is Café Central, or Café Central, established in 1876. It's another cafe frequented by artists and thinkers such as Trotsky and Freud. This is as busy as it gets. A popular tourist attraction. Café Central has a massive queue to get in. So we're not going into Café Central. We're going to cut down this side street and get to Naglergasse. We are entering Naglagasse. Just strolling along Naglagasse. Naglagasse got its name in the 16th century and it translates to Nailers' Alley. It was part of the city where all the smithies worked. Many of the buildings on this left hand side date back to the 12th century. And this street is the second oldest thing in Vienna. After the Romans drained all the land, they built a camp for soldiers here. And this is the fortifications mound. Can't tell that we're higher up than anywhere else, but apparently it is a fortifications mound. That's the Chanel building. Chanel. That's the Louis Vuitton building. So posh. All the buildings round here. They just don't build them like this anymore. Incredible. We are walking down the Graben. It's a pedestrian shopping street. It looks quite high market. Posh shops. Probably a bit too rich for my pocket.
And mine. Well, to be honest, even if I had the money, I wouldn't spend it in these shops.
Primark.
Yay!
It's like a chaos statue. This is the plague column. First built in 1679. It was made of wood then, but only after the plague and the Turkish siege, a long planned and often rescheduled new construction of the plague column out of marble was finished in the year 1694. It's madness. So much to take in. Right, we're trying to find the Austrian National Library. It looks like an amazing building inside from the pictures I saw. But we're going to walk along the red carpet and see what we can see. We are in the Austrian National State Library and we are climbing the stairs to the State Hall. The ceilings are incredible. This is looking back on the entrance on the way in to the State Hall. Inside this library there are over 12 million items. The library was first founded in 1368, but under Charles VI he had it rebuilt between 1723 and 1726.
Wow.
And inside this hall there are a lot of statues of emperors. The Celestial Globe by Vincenzo Coronelli. Carolo Avestrio, the central statue. Read it, read it, read it, read it. Don't bother, he dies in the end. No good, bit boring. Read it, read it, read it.
2 times over.
So many books, 12 million. On we go to St. Stephen's Cathedral. Back on the Graben, looking back on the plague. The statue there. And we turn right and make our way to St. Stephen's Cathedral. Our first view at the end of the Graben of St. Stephen's Cathedral. We are inside St. Stephen's Cathedral, a construction that started in the 12th century, was changed many times. It was finished in 1578. This Gothic building is made of limestone. It's got 4 towers. The tallest is 136 meters high. So many people here. Leaving the cathedral behind us, we enter Kärntnerstrasse. Kärntnerstrasse is the longest shopping street in the city centre. First recorded mention of it was in 1257. But in the Second World War it was so badly bombed, they had to rebuild most of it, and they didn't rebuild it in the old historical style. But some of these buildings still look fairly historical to me. It's a calm pedestrian street, it's busy but it feels calm. Some cafes in the middle, places for people to sit and watch the world go by. So a mixture of high-end boutique and sort of ordinary high street shops. And about 5.5 hours, 6 hours later, we're back at the Opera House on our right there. And now we're going to try and make it to the Belvedere Palace. We're inside the Belvedere Art Gallery, and we've mainly come to see works by 3 Austrian artists: Egon Schiele, Oskar Kokoschka and Gustav Klimt. Egon Schiele, The Embrace. Egon Schiele, Facade of a House. Oskar Kokoschka, Still Life with Mutton and Hyacinth. Avenue to Schloss Kammer, Gustav Klimt. Finished in 1909. This is probably one of the main attractions of this art gallery. This is Gustav Klimt's The Kiss. Look at all these people surrounding The Kiss. It is the most popular painting here. Well, it's not a painting, is it? It's done with gold leaf and a variety of things. That is the end of 7.5 hours in Vienna.